Hi guys out there in YouTube land, Chibi here, and I wanted to do a update, I guess we're gonna call it wine and dollies, whatever's in the title. No wine, because I don't wine, but mellow yellow for the win. Hashtag not sponsored. Totally. Sorry, that was really dumb. But that's just who I am. So, yeah. So there was about a month-ish gap. That was never intended to be that bad. This video is probably going to be slightly less about actual dolls. I don't know. Really, update-wise, I have 0 dolls coming in for the win. I just got this girl. And I just attempted to... What is... Oh. It's that girl's pants. You can see it kind of in the video. Whatever. I just tried to put my set of Euclase? I think that's what it is. Bird legs on him. But he's strung so tight. And the bird legs would make the elastic stretch at least another 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, to get them on there. So I'm going to have to get some different elastic. I'm going to look at the elastic I have in the house and see if any are longer. I was really hoping it would just go straight on, because I've done it with Claymore before, which is the single jointed version of this body, and had 0 issues. Just slap them on there. So it does fit in this socket and everything like that. He is a bit more normal colored, and the Eclairs legs, let me grab a piece, is a bit more pink. Yeah, you can pretty much see that. This is a really, really awkward looking piece. This is the bad piece to pick up. I'm sorry. I gotta turn it this way. In person, it's really not huge of a difference. Really putting pants on him or some sort of something to cover up the connection between the two pieces, and you probably wouldn't even notice it. But I was thinking of attempting to see how he would look as a bird-ish style character that could possibly join into the freak show. Just because I was like, I have all these parts, you know, this is going to be super hybrid, because it's going to have a midgie doll head, a fantasy doll body, and zoom legs. So, I tried that. I'm going to have to do, you know, a little bit more work than expected. I also do not have a restringing tool. I do everything with ribbon, which is not horrible. It's not bad with the zoom parts at all. They're clean on the inside, so it's really easy to get the ribbon through. Fantasy Doll is a much cheaper company, so it's not as smooth on the inside, so getting his leg back on after I realized I wasn't going to be able to put the other leg on was a pain in the booty. Quite the pain in the booty. And I also realized that he's strung so tight that when I put the neck donut in, so because the whole, really that S-hook wasn't quite big enough to not be, you know, a little borderline in his neck hole. So I put that donut in just because I had it. Sometimes I used to buy random stuff like those donuts and stuff. I think I still even have another one every time I ordered from Mint on Card, because they were like $1 or something. I don't know. So I had put that in there, and so between all of it, he is strung so tight I can't even get his head off. And I have no issues getting heads off normally. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to just release the S hook and let the string go. Which is not gonna be fun. And I've lost my crochet hook, which drives me up a wall because I have like 3 of them. Because I don't care what anyone says, crochet hook is life when it comes to taking off doll heads. Because they have such a long handle, and the hook is generally especially if you get a knitting needle and not a crochet needle, because I do have one of those too that's magically lost as well. This is why I don't spend money on things like pullers, because I'll just lose them. The hook's big enough, fits perfectly for most S hooks and O-rings, like all of mine, and I have a bunch of dolls from a bunch of different companies. I think there's only one it's not big enough for, and I think, if I remember correctly, that is a ring doll with a C hook that has a spring covering the hole. It's really weird. And that thing is bloody huge. Very huge. Just can't for the life of me remember who it's in right now. It's most likely Frankenstein. But I could be completely wrong. Anyways, so that's what I was trying to do with him. It worked out so well for me. That's why I'm holding him, because I really don't have much of anyone else to hold. I have this guy. Wait, it's not you, is it? Oh. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if my other ones have it too. Because it's like huge C hook in there. And technically, the crochet hook works on his. But it's also really easy just to grab those and turn them, because you can put your finger in them without trying to murder your fingers with the S part of an S hook. But, yeah, he's here because I stare at him and try to work up the nerve to wipe that ugly, ugly face up. Just stare at him. So, yeah. I think that's essentially what I got to say about dolls. I'm going to pack up my Muscle Line Minifee body. Probably into my Alicia box, just because it's here and it's easy, and I haven't put it in the attic yet. I'm going to throw it in this closet. I'm going to see how I feel for about a month. If I am perfectly okay with it, I will probably be selling that body. I doubt I'm going to get rid of the head, mainly because the head is actually damaged. It had a attempt at a ear piercing that went wrong, but it has a beautiful face up and everything, and I just don't think I gel well with masculine, very male minifees. Because I have Castiel, who's technically a male body, but is a drag queen, so he's fabulous. And all my other minifees are girls. So, you know, interchangeable parts, interchangeable clothes. It's really convenient. But for him, he has one pair of pants, a wig, and a hat. So that's all he got. I tried putting a shirt on him, but then I go, I'm just covering up the beautiful muscles you have, which is about the only thing I care about. He's literally never had a pair of eyes in his head since I got him. Because I've never been inclined to put a pair of eyes in him. I've never been inclined to do anything. He's literally just existed to be Castiel's counterpart. So I'm starting to think Castiel needs to be single. Because I want to do things in the hobby without feeling guilty for spending money I don't need to spend. And with as many dolls as I have, I really, really need to give in and sell some things. So, probably going to put him in a box until I can figure if I feel sad that he's going to be gone or not. And, if that all works out and I can sell him, I'll probably do a sales video here on YouTube and post him up anywhere else. He was unfortunately bought before COAs were a thing, but I have a video showing my box opening of him, and I have the original box, so people want to freaking go off and say he's not legit, and I don't care. I know what I have, so if I can't sell him, I don't really care either. I mean, it's not going to kill me. I also have a bunch of other odds and ends that I probably should go ahead and put up in a sales video, so I'll be gathering those in the next month. And he may or may not end up being in that video. I guess we'll see. Like, I have a pair of heeled, I have like 2 or 3 pair of heeled mini feet that I don't need. Because I don't ever use them. I need like 1 pair to go with resin shoes, and that's it. And, what was the other thing? There was one other thing I was going to say about that's doll related. Crap. I forgot. Well, if I remember, it'll probably be said sometime in this video. But what was it? Oh, yes. So I do have this bottom half of a Minifee fairy line doll. So if you know anybody who is selling the top half, like they bought one of them and just wanted it for the fantasy parts, but they don't need the top half of the doll because they're using it for mods or anything of that manner, and they're, you know, just need some sort of proof of legitimacy and stuff like that. And they're not asking some exorbitant stupid price. I would like to make a full body out of this because I have Minifee heads that can go on it. I'm not super picky about bust or anything like that because I have currently like 3 or 4 Minifee floating heads sitting around. So if you know anyone who's selling one, let me know. And maybe we can come up with a deal or not, or a trade if they would like that muscle line, like a partial trade for the muscle line body or something. So anyways, that's where the dolly related stuff ends in this video. The rest is a life and personal update. If you want to know more, go ahead and continue watching the video, but I completely understand if you want to peace out because this is no longer going to be really doll related. So just going to go ahead and sit him to the side as kind of a reference. So the reason that I was gone for about a month was, it started off as just Christmas, and it turned into the passing of my cousin. And the reason I'm telling people this is because I know that there are a lot of mothers in this hobby, and I don't want any of them to do what my family has done with this situation, and that is not talk about it. If you're a mother and you're going through a child who is on drugs and killing themselves slowly, talk about it. Let people know, the people you trust and care about. And the reason I say this is because sometimes you can't stop them, but you don't need to do it alone. Unfortunately, as my mother has pointed out, she cannot throw a stone at her Facebook friend list and find a friend who's not dealing with some situation with kids on drugs and kids in bad situations that have to do with drugs. And she, you know, we all kind of wished we'd known more leading up, because it was kind of muddied what was really going on. We couldn't figure out if he was passing because of the drugs or if he was passing away because of other illnesses. But due to learning more, I can tell you he died because of heroin. Everything that was killing him were side effects of heroin, and it breaks my heart to know, you know, there's probably nothing we could have done to stop it, but also I just, you know, wish we could have at least more understood what was going on to help my aunt. But if you're a mother, talk to people when stuff like this is happening. Don't put it all in or think it's a bad thing that you failed as a mother, and you don't need to talk about it because it's just going to show your failings, because it's not true. It's not your choices that got people in these situations. I just want people to know in this hobby, if you're, you know, far along enough in this video to see this, you know, you clearly care enough to watch. And if you know someone that's going through stuff, just because you can't save them doesn't mean you have to suffer the pain alone. I am always here to talk, and I know you probably have friends and family that you don't even know who might be going through the same thing. Sometimes it just takes someone speaking out. So that's my PSA for the moment. I'm going to pause this for a moment and continue the rant of the video. Back. Okay, so on to more infuriating news. As a couple of you have probably gotten emails of, because a lot of people who follow me are also very tiny YouTubers with small followings. I have 850-ish subscribers, but I have existed since 2011 when it comes to being in the doll hobby. So I actively get around 85 views per video, unless it's something fantastical that people are searching, like box openings, doll family videos, or, you know, tags that people are particularly interested in at the time. My average video gets about 85 views, and YouTube said screw you and screw your monetization. We are taking it away as effective February 20th. Because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I'm 148 short currently. And I don't have 4,000 hours of view time for the past year. I think if I calculated it correctly and understood the way the analytics page is on this, that I have like just under 600 for the year hours viewed, so I just don't make enough content to meet that threshold. And I can't remember if it's and or with both those things, but I know for a fact I'm not the only BJD YouTuber that has been affected by this, and to be completely truthful, it's not the biggest deal. It's not like I make money off these videos. I am not one of those dolly YouTubers that has a crap ton of subscribers and a lot of activity on my videos. My videos are essentially, if I had to guess, probably watched by the same 80 to 90 people every time, and then a couple added on for the more, you know, fancy videos that someone's searching. So, I never meant to make money really off this YouTube. I just monetized because I figured whatever I made off this YouTube, I could specifically spend on dollies or dolly related items with zero guilt, because that's what made me the money. I have gotten one check before. You have to make $100 before they will allow you to get a check. And I had that. I don't remember what I spent it on. It's been years. And I'm roughly $8 away from another check, and I can't get the money. I can't have it or anything to my knowledge. And I probably won't get to the $100 before the February 20th cutoff date. That's frustrating. It wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't so close. But also, how many channels of my size out there are getting their money ripped away from them? Just like, because I know it's different in each country, but that $100 threshold is specific to the United States. But how many small hobbyists are on YouTube who are probably, you know, all losing just under, you know, $100 each, or $30, $40, $50, $60 they're not going to be able to pull out. So what, does YouTube get to keep that money? Do we get ripped off? How does this work? It's just not even fair. I don't know, and I can't figure out where to contact or who to contact about that, because that's not okay, in my opinion. Like, either way, we still earn that money. Your system just doesn't allow us to take it. So if you're cutting us off completely from it, then shouldn't we at least be able to pay out the little bit that we did have? Like, even if it's only a few dollars, the person still earned it. It doesn't really, it is what it is. So I guess after February 20th, I won't have ads on any of my videos at all. So I guess that'll be nice for people who watch and don't like to see ads. It was just kind of a tiny thing I did for myself. Whatever, I guess, you know. It would have been nice. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It was a tiny little incentive. I mean, I didn't, like, I mean, come on. Since September 2011, which was my first BJD video, to February 20th, I would have made less than $200 as hobby. It was just kind of that little thing that was there. I mean, when you're as small as I am, or most of the tinier hobbyists, including other BJD people and stuff, you know, you're not doing it for the money. It's just kind of like, well, I didn't do anything to lose this little tiny incentive. I have 3 videos that have limited monetization. One that has naked in the title, talking about a doll. 2 that have resin penises in them. How dare I? I also find it funny that it's the resin penises that are the issue, but naked doll boobs, no. It's not demonetized doll boobs. Can have all the resin boobies, none of the resin penis. So yeah, that's a thing that you might hear from a few other people if you follow smaller things. And probably if you're this far into my video at 20 some minutes, you probably do, because you're like me and you follow a couple smaller BJD channels. So that sucks. That's annoying. That it bothers me that, I mean, that money is either A, just going to be floating, or B, YouTube's going to get it back. And you've made how much, I mean, money on all these small channels you're about to just throw to the wayside because, let's admit it, Jake Paul fucked up. And y'all are just doing more things to make the advertisers happy, even though this type of thing wouldn't even mess with him. It just happens to come right on the tail end of what that just happened. And, you know, the big YouTubers screw up, so the small YouTubers get screwed, or you're dumb and you can't tell how, you know, that, you know, your advertisers are so dumb that they can't tell the difference between resin penis versus real penis, and there's nothing in the, you know, or you know, you legitimately think if an ISIS video got ads on it that people are gonna associate Mazda with an ISIS video. If you're really that dumb, you probably shouldn't be on the internet. You really shouldn't. I'm sorry. It's not like we choose the ads that run on these videos. It's not like they could even go through all of it. So instead of going through any of it, now they're just going to be like, and wipe the slate clean. So, yay. So, anyways, I'm going to stop here. This video is long. And, if you made it this far in the video and you would like to comment a video you would like to see, a tag of some sort or anything, please comment them in the section below. I'm going to try to do some videos in the next 2 days. Probably a day once I upload this. I'm not really sure. But also just I'm going to try to get back on recording a few videos every time I'm off. And I'd like to do some tags, but I need to know all the tags that exist out there. So the next video I record is actually going to be the superhero tag because of Jay's Resin Army. I think that's right. She changed her name. It's going to take me a while to remember that one. So, yeah. I'll be back in a minute. Bye.